Speed believe that he... Would you believe me if I told you that Ishowspeed was never supposed to make it? Based on
make sure y'all like, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all like.
With a mom that actively tried to stop him pursuing the only thing that gave him happiness and hope in his childhood.
Bro, ill parent, bro. Ill parent, bro.
Stop.
Trust me, not even Speed believed that he would ever be escaping his broken home in the middle of poverty.
Mom, I don't give a fuck.
Chad, that's
Alright,
sad.
okay,
Bro.
alright,
That's
I don't give a
sad.
fuck.
Bro.
Alright, I'm gonna be on the recording.
Okay, alright.
And even though most of you know him today as an energetic kid that is obsessed with Ronaldo, jumps over cars and actively rages and barks at people, his beginnings were unlike any of that and horribly challenging, to say the least.
Were you a popular kid?
Was I popular? No, I was really like I was just a troll, really a class clown troll. I was just a troll.
Let's say being born into a divorced parent household and living most of the time with two siblings back and forth between his mom and dad definitely wasn't easy. Especially with both his parents working multiple jobs and his mom struggling to pay all the bills.
Growing up there, it was... I wouldn't say it was hard, but my mom, like, I did kind of grow up, like, not in a not so well neighborhood, you know. I had a lot of fights, you know. I seen a lot of stuff.
That's how you got fast.
I feel like Speed, he was a suburban child, but I don't know. I feel like he was, chat. I heard that he got into a fight, bro. Oh, thank you for the sub, bro.
Yeah.
But at least football kept him happy and gave him some peace in his so chaotic teenage life.
From that period, I'm 6, I came when I was 4, 5, 6. I played sports my whole life, so
thank you
I
for
always had it in me, but
thank you for the sub, Ragbot.
Although all of that would change when 11-year-old Speed discovered gaming for the first time in his life.
Okay.
And just something sparked in me, you know, like my friend told me, yo, like, cause I always loved games. I was always a gamer as a kid. And I made like videos when I was a kid, you know, just
me too, I was always a gamer
stuff as a kid.
A new passion was born that day, which would change the course of his entire life. But what he didn't know back then was how much blood and sweat his dream would take. Streaming 12 hours every day to absolutely nobody.
Do you remember what it felt like to press live for that very first time?
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was scary. I was scared, nervous. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to act.
And this...
Yeah, I knew I wasn't the only one, bro. When I first started streaming, bro. When I first started making videos, bro, I was just shy. But some of me was telling me to be myself. Some of me was be like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like, stop. So I just listened to what God was telling me, Jesus was telling me, and that was just to keep going, bro. Facts.
Went on for months before even a single person decided to watch what he was doing and give him a chance.
And and I had a shitty setup, so my mic was muted for the first hour. It was just bad. It was bad.
Your mic was muted for the first hour.
Yeah.
So those two people that were watching were just watching you mime?
Yep.
It wasn't the constant failure that was so painful during this time, but his own classmates making fun out of him for trying, and even his own mom telling him to find better hobbies because she thought there was no way he would ever succeed.
Because my dad watches Warstar. My mom seen the video. She's like, what are you doing? Blah, blah. Why is everybody talking about you like online? Blah, blah, blah. Because it was like hate comments. So she kicked me out.
It was this time that Speed would take a break.
Bro, like, getting kicked out your... Nah, I'm not gonna say that. But, like, bro, like, he didn't even do nothing, bro. Like, ill parent, because kicking out your son, that's kind of outrageous, bro. Like, he wasn't even 18 yet. I don't think he was 18, but he wasn't 18, bro. Kicking out your son is crazy.
To focus on school and football practice, but who would have known that this small break would lead up to a mix of events that would change his entire career.
Bradley donated £1.79 through Super Chat. What soccer football team do you support?
Cristiano Ronaldo, Suey.
It took one person to clip that moment of outburst and upload it on TikTok for it to gain not just a few, but 30k views overnight, which would later be known as a turning point. But Speed had no idea.
Yeah, TikTok is the reason why I blew up.
Okay.
You know, I can say that, come forth and say that. 2021, my clips was going viral on TikTok. You know, everybody was on TikTok.
By the beginning of 2021, Speed had reached 100k subs. But he was facing a major problem that would put his entire future at risk. 2K was at the end of its era, with the player base declining further each month and content getting less and less views. It was obvious that it wouldn't take long for it to be a dead game. So Speed had to make a tough decision. Keep playing 2K and Fortnite and risk to lose his momentum, or adapt, venture into other games and risk to lose his entire audience. One wrong step and everything he had built would crumble down, leaving nothing behind. But that's the beauty of life-changing opportunities. Sometimes you just have to take the risk.
I got it.
Oh, you stop.
2021 was the year where Speed was recognized for the first time ever. And it wasn't just the clips of him licking his camera that went viral, or his Duty Booty music video that made millions of views, but more importantly, other big names in the scene finally recognizing him and wanting to collaborate.
So look, I'm gonna explain it. So boom, Rice come hit you up, and at first like, Rice, I don't want this kid here. He might be fucking weird. I don't know who. He just screams and barks. But then boom, the day after, bro, he opened up. We just became friends ever since. Like that's.
But there was a huge flip side that came with all the new gained fame, which was a new wave of haters that wanted to bring him down. And that's how one scene from his 1 mil stream would turn into a disaster.
I got a psychological question, okay? Say if we the last two people on Earth and we had to reproduce to make the world continue, would you reproduce with me?
And right after this came out, all of his partners announced to cut ties with Speed and all of his deals. But it was about to get much worse, when some random troller from a stream falsely reported a hostage.
Like, don't be sending swats, bro. That's just stupid, bro. That's dumb.
He was live with 200k viewers.
Bro, I didn't go, bro. Oh my God, bro. I swear I didn't do nothing, bro. I didn't do shit.
As long as I can film it. You're gonna come back here with me. I got you, but
Speed was mentally and physically at rock bottom, feeling like the world was working against him. And to be honest, getting a Twitch ban due to an e-dating stream, a Riot Games permaban for a moment of rage in Valo, and also a YouTube ban for using a forbidden Minecraft mod, all in 1 year brought him down so far that he wanted to quit and leave everything behind. But then out of nowhere, a DM arrived at Speed's inbox, inviting him to a meetup in Portugal. And in this case, it wasn't just somebody who had invited him.
Bro was already big at this time. I'm not gonna lie. When he met Ronaldo, he was already big, bro. Bro, just do your research, bro.
Now this might have seemed like a light spark for Speed in this time, but sadly that didn't hold long, with all the drama and controversies growing bigger around him every single day. The only positive in all of that chaos was the spotlight. And that made him think, if he could funnel all of this attention into everything else he was doing without losing his channel, he could reach numbers globally that were unthinkable before.
Streaming is taking over a lot of companies and businesses. So to be a part of that right now and be one of the tops, to be the top, you know, it feels amazing.
It was the year of change, with Shaky going platinum in July, 20 million subs reached in August, hosting the biggest collab stream with Kai in December, and JJ and Logan wanting Speed to become a set partner of Prime Energy. But none of this really mattered when his dad called to congratulate him.
Enjoy yourself, dog. Proud of you, man.
All right, thank you, Dad.
I love you, man.
Love you too. I said, Mom, about to perform. Give me a second. I'm in tears. You did wonderful.
Coming from a background where you're constantly doubted, never really received love, and even have been kicked out of home by your own mom because she didn't support your dreams is really tough.
Well, at first, I didn't really have support.
Right.
But my mom always supported me. You know, she just didn't understand it.
Correct.
You know, I really love my mom.
And despite his past being filled with a lot of darkness, he never felt any grudge towards his parents and took care of them long before he took care of himself.
Like, I'm not even like a purchase person, like type of guy. Like, my first big purchase was mainly probably just buy my mom a house.
Now showing so much character was extremely unusual for Speed. All that people knew was the autistic version of him that never really showed any emotions. But all of that was about to change in late 2023 when Speed decided to go and travel the world live on stream, starting with his Europe tour in Bulgaria.
Let me grab it. Oh, what the fuck was that?
Followed by an awkward visit in Italy,
First one to move is gay.
a funny face-off in Poland,
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
a kebab review in Germany,
Donor time.
an absolute freakout in Norway,
Chat, y'all ready for this?
and of course,
Child, I remember, bro, just hearing the crowd just say, like, bro, sure, like, just hearing the crowd just saying that, bro, that is just amazing, bro. That is just amazing, bro. That Sue, like, that was the best Sue I heard today, bro.
many other places, which all in total brought in more than 2.5 billion views, and it was about to get even crazier.
Hey, stop that! Oh my God! 1 million live views! 1 million!
Now, who would have thought that a poor kid born in a broken home with parents that struggled to pay the bills and no friends at school would grow up to change the streaming world forever by just having an unstoppable belief that he could be a somebody one day?
You can do it. Just set a goal and suppress that goal. That's what I did.
Would you believe?
Chat, that's the end of this video, man. YouTube, that's the end of this video, man. Jesus loves y'all, man. Y'all tune into the streams, bro. I'm gonna start streaming every single day this summer. 3x the time, bro. Let's get it, bro. Yeah, Jesus loves y'all. Read the Bible verse right here. And yeah, chat. Peace. Love y'all, boys.